There's something that we know about everyone we meet anywhere in the world, and that is that all of us want to be happy. By experiencing, by becoming aware that every moment is a given moment, as we say. It's a gift. You haven't earned it, you haven't brought it about in any way. You have no way of assuring that there will be another moment given to you. Grateful living, that's the most valuable thing that can ever be given to us. We have to stop we have to get quiet. And when you stop, then the next thing is to look. You look, you open your eyes, you open your ears, you open your nose, you open all your senses for this wonderful richness that is given to us. Whatever life offers to you in that present moment, if we take this opportunity, go with it. Stop, look, go. That's all.
Good morning, Vision. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. I am so glad you are here. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it? Breathe, breathe, breathe. We will get through this, right? Let us start in prayer where everything begins. What I know is that God is the source and supply of everything. I know that the manifest universe is the body of God. It is that logical out-picturing of that energy that knows of itself. And it seeks to know of itself in form. And I know that the manifest universe is that form, and that everything in it is some part of this one life of God's. So as we look at each other, as we look at ourselves, as we look at all life everywhere, we know that all life is some part of this divine life of God's. I give great thanks for this time we spend together, knowing we see each other as that. We know of ourselves as that, and we know there is only one life. It is God's. It is whole, perfect, and complete, and it is our life right here and right now. And so it is. So good morning. I'm glad that you're here. We do need this community, don't we? To come together, to remember when the events of the world pull us off balance and pull us out of our center, we come together as a spiritual community to know the truth for ourselves and for each other, and then for the world. We get to hold the light high. So I am glad you're here. Sit down, unwind a little bit, put your feet up, get your coffee, get ready. We are going to have wonderful music to uplift you and some prayer to just fill your soul. And we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. Right now, I want you to know that after the celebration, we have a meet and greet room at Zoom. You'll find that in our dialogue box. You'll find the address to the Zoom room in our dialogue box, and come, drop by, get prayer. There are always practitioners at the meet and greet room, and you are free to go off with one in one of our breakout rooms and get one-on-one prayer. Please do that. If there's anything on your heart, particularly after the events of this week, you might feel a little shaky. This is the perfect time to get prayer. Absolutely. So, we have a website, www.visioncsl.org. You can find a list of practitioners on the practitioner page there. You can call a practitioner, get prayer over the phone. You can submit a prayer request form by email, and a practitioner will get back to you. If you leave your phone number, a practitioner will call you back. We are here to know the truth for you and as you all year long. So, please do that. If you have anything on your heart this morning, please make sure you hang around, get to the meet and greet room, or go to the website, get prayer. Get prayer support. Because what we know is that prayer changes things. It absolutely does, because it changes us. So do that. Don't go anywhere else today, but go to prayer. If you do nothing else today, go to prayer. And those practitioners, they are just amazing people. They've gone to school for years in the art of compassionate listening and in the science of healing prayer, and they are here to just know the truth for us. So please do that when we are done with our celebration here. I want you to know something. I want you to know what we always say every week. I want you to know what that guest packet had on the front of it. Just like you were here in the flesh, we are going to say it together. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. So get comfortable. We're going to have our celebration singers sing our centering song to prepare us for meditation, and then we'll have our 5-minute meditation just for that deepening of into the spirit that we are. Take it away, celebration singers.
Good morning. My name is Ann DiNapoli, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at Vision. And please take these quotations into the 5-minute meditation. New thoughts and hopes were whirling through my mind, and all the colors of my life were changing. That's from Charles Dickinson. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes, new thoughts create new conditions. We must learn to think in the absolute. This means to think independently of any given or experienced effect. Ernest Holmes. The memorial candle is lit this morning for Guy Sumner, friend of Joel Anderson. He made his transition last week. And we know for the family and friends of Guy that they are peaceful and calm, and that they are appreciating and are joyful for their opportunity to know Guy and to be his friend, his relative, that they gave him joy and they live in that joy. And we also know for everyone who's left the planet this week that there is no death, that this is simply a transition into the next experience, and that the ever spiraling upward of life continues. And I know that there's one mind, one power, one source, and each and every one of us is an expression of that God self. I know that I am one with that one power, one source that we choose to call God. And I know for us, for this planet, that we are healed, that we are forever raising consciousness, and that we are healthy, and we are joyful, and we have much to be grateful for, that we are finding in the midst of any apparent chaos, we find gifts and we find each other, and we are that one around this planet, off this planet, throughout the cosmos. We are all one. And I am grateful for knowing that all is well, that there is nowhere God is not, that God is always within us and within each one of us. And I am so grateful for knowing this and for being so grounded in that belief and that knowing that we are one and God is here and God is around us, that God is everywhere. So I release this into the law, knowing it is already done, by saying, and so it is.
Hi, everyone. Rachel Drexler here. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you're all in good health and enjoying yourselves. We've got some great music for you this morning. Hope you enjoyed the service, and we'll see you soon. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, that's how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I feel so good.
Good morning. Good morning. Here we are, second week of January. The theme for the month of January is timeless wisdom, evolutionary vision. A big topic. I know, big topic. Last week we discussed the old truths. You know, these are the eternal truths, the truths that run through all of Scripture, all religions, all philosophies. These are the truths that are common, that run throughout all of it. God is one, right? That is an old truth. There is a unity to all life. There is an intelligence that thinks, and there is an order that creates. And it is all part of this one energy that we call spirit or first cause or higher power, whatever you want to refer to it as. Timeless wisdom, timeless wisdom. And today's talk is new thought. Our faith philosophy, the science of mind and spirit, is part of the new thought movement. We are new thought. I mean, along with unity and agape, and there's independent churches in the Association for Global New Thought and the New Thought Network and all kinds of organizations around the globe that adhere to the same principles. So we are all new thought. And what was it? I remember one of the ministers from our movement from years ago, Mary Mann Morrissey, said, you know, our movement is called New Thought, but when was the last time you had one, right? You know, and so, and you have to look at that, really. We have to look at it, for ourselves. But here's the thing. New thought has its roots in ancient teachings. There's nothing new about new thought, you know, and in fact, sometimes we do call it new thought, ancient wisdom, right? Because it does originate from the Neoplatonism and Gnostic Christianity, you know, and then in the early 19th century, it was popularized by the Transcendentalists. Folks like, you know, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who basically we refer to as like the grandfather of New Thought, Ralph Waldo Emerson and Thoreau and those people. And then towards the end of the 19th century, you had the Theosophical Society that further popularized this concept of wisdom religion or ancient wisdom teachings. And that's really what we're talking about. You know, it's about looking at the old teachings in a new way, taking a new thought about an old subject. And so that's why this whole teaching is called New Thought. You know, and New Thought is referred to as a perennial philosophy. All right, I know you've probably heard that expression before. William Stoddart describes it as this. The central idea of a perennial philosophy is that divine truth is one, timeless and universal, and that different religions are but different languages expressing the one truth. And really, that's what Ernest Holmes, his ministry was all about, is it not? that there is only one. There is one energy. There's only one thing happening here, and that is spirit is expressing itself. And however we describe it, and we fall into different camps, we'll fall into different teachings about that. But it is all one. Ernest Holmes was very clear about that, right? The core concept number one, God is all there is. And therefore, we are one as well. And what he said was, there is a place on the side of the mountain we are all ascending, right? And Ram Dass said it, right? We're all walking each other home. This idea that we are all one, it means one. It goes back to the unity of all life. There is one spirit. There is one life. There is one race, the human race. Think about it. There is one. There is only one. You know, William James referred to New Thought as the religion of healthy-mindedness. I kind of like that, don't you? The religion of healthy-mindedness. And that is because we exclude none. We are inclusive. We are diverse. We are considerate. Right? There's nothing that says you can't come in these doors. Well, right now you can't because of COVID. But there's nothing that says you cannot come through these doors. And yet we are considerate, which means we consider things. We don't blindly accept any dogma without extensive investigation and consideration. Ernest Holmes said, we are to try it, to test it, to prove the principles to ourselves, to prove that it works. We are to incorporate the things that work for us and leave the ones that don't. He was very clear that this perennial philosophy of ours is open at the top. It is open at the top for further revelation. It is open at the top for the discovery of truths that maybe are unknown to us now. And actually, he said this. He said, religious science is a synthesis of the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations of humanity. That is what this teaching of ours is. And it is for us to do the work. We must consider for ourselves if it works, that it works, how it works, why it works, when it works, to our own satisfaction. We must try it. It is a practical spirituality. Tried, tested, and proven. So, as a New Thought philosophy, we're not just handed a textbook and said, here, go memorize this, right? Or go incorporate this, or just, agree with it. That's not how this works. We are here to prove to ourselves that this works. This is what makes it a practical spirituality. We have to prove to ourselves beyond the shadow of a doubt that these principles, when put into our lives, work and change our lives. Ernest Holmes said, change our thinking, change our life, right? And in Victor Daniels' lecture, he said something very similar to this regarding Buddhism and the words of the Buddha. He said, Buddha encouraged people to question and think through what he said. He declared, believe nothing until you have experienced it and found it to be true. Accept my words only after you have examined them for yourselves. Do not accept them simply because of the reverence you have for me. And so it was very similar, and Ernest Holmes knew this, and this is how he synthesized this idea of religious science, the science of mind and spirit, the same way. And he also said, don't put him on a pedestal. I love it. He said, don't put me up on a pedestal. You'll see I have feet of clay. And he was right. I mean, we do make mistakes. We are human. We do fall into the belief in duality occasionally, even though we know it's not true. And Ernest Holmes knew this. Did he ever miss the mark? guess. I'm sure he must have, right? At some point, I know we do. I know I do, I should say. I was like, I know I do. I know I miss the mark. I know lots of times I fall into the illusion of duality, and then I have to remind myself. It does not mean that there is any reality to duality. It just means we fall into that concept. It means on the sliding scale, on the continuum of the qualities of life, on the continuum of the qualities of God, we sometimes find ourselves landing at an extreme edge. We find ourselves on the extreme end of maybe the quality of God called abundance, right? We might find ourselves on the extreme end called poverty. We might find ourselves on the extreme end called wealthy. And we look across the chasm of this continuum, and we think that we're seeing an opposite. We think we're seeing something different. But all we're seeing is the extremes of the same principle and the same quality. And we must get back to the center, get back to balance. Balance is a quality of God as well. And so it is up to us to get back to the balance. You know, I wasn't really even going to talk about this today, but here we are. So let's just go for it. You know, you can't have not known what happened on Wednesday, right, in this country. Folks broke into the Capitol. I mean, that's really what they did. They broke doors, they broke windows, they broke in. They trespassed. You can call them whatever you want to call them. Insurrectionists, seditionists, protesters, traitors, homegrown terrorists, whatever you want to call them. They broke into the Capitol. And you know, some folks witnessing this on television, the first thing they thought of was the War of 1812. Was it the first thing you thought of? I thought of it. We thought of the War of 1812. It was the last time an enemy broke into the Capitol. It was August 24th, 1814. The British invaded Washington, D.C. They torched the Capitol, actually. They burned it. Now, they didn't destroy it totally. They didn't burn it down, but they did burn it, and it was damaged. But, you know, as I was watching events unfold myself, I wasn't really thinking about the War of 1812. That didn't really cross my mind at first. I wasn't thinking of an enemy government or an enemy army invading our country. I thought more about the Brooks-Sumner conflict of 1856. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. But South Carolina Representative Preston Brooks was on the floor of the Capitol, and he savagely beat Massachusetts Representative Charles Sumner. He beat him severely with a metal, headed walking stick. He pummeled him and beat him so severely he blinded him. And it was because Sumner gave a fiery anti-slavery speech that so inflamed the slave-owning Brooks that he beat Sumner almost to death. Brooks beat him and continued to beat him on the floor of the Capitol with our other esteemed politicians standing around, the Southern politicians holding back anyone that would rescue poor Sumner. And Brooks continued to beat him until he broke the cane, and then continued to beat him with the pieces, all because of Sumner's anti-slavery views. Now, apparently, duality haunts this country to this day. And this is the quality of God known as freedom. We cannot avoid it any longer. We must identify it for what it is. Because when we don't identify it, we'll continue to act it out. And that's what you're seeing. This is no different than than the violence that erupted on the floor of the Capitol in 1856. This is no different. And Carl Jung says, whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. Well, that was quite an event we had this past Wednesday. We are being called to bring into balance these qualities within ourselves. We continue to slide outward toward the fringes on all of these qualities. We continue to slide out to the edges of the continuum of a quality of God known as peace, a quality of God known as balance, a quality of God known as love. And no matter what the quality is, freedom or love or wisdom, when we exist on the fringes of those qualities, we look across the chasm and we see the people on the other side of the continuum not as a continuation of us, but as other, as the enemy. And in an article that I read this weekend on the left-right spectrum and how it deceives us, the author writes this: the left-right political spectrum has us fighting with each other, rather than questioning whether hierarchies themselves aren't the large part of the problems facing us today. And we have to do that. We have to start asking ourselves these better questions. This is the challenge for humanity today. It is up to us to come in from the fringes and to come into balance, to meet in the center, to integrate ourselves first so we don't continue to see it in the greater world. We have to do the inner work. And that's what New Thought is about. That is our job right now, right? And New Thought does this work. It is a practical spirituality. It heals us. It heals us from the inside out. And then we are healed, then we shine the light for others to heal. And then others heal, and then the nation heals, and then the world heals. That is the way we do it. Through this practical spirituality of ours, from living the qualities of God, from center, from balance. Adrienne Marie Brown said this. She said, things are not getting worse. They're getting uncovered. We must hold each other tight and continue to pull back the veil. Because what is happening is we are existing in the illusion and thinking it's reality. Ernest Holmes was asked this question. He was asked, why doesn't God heal? And Ernest Holmes said this. He said, because God made us and let us alone. We are independent. We will be sick until we get tired of being sick. That's all there is to it. We suffer an illusion. We suffer from the illusion of separation until we are sick enough to heal it. And the healing is always the revelation of what is true all the time. And what is true all the time is God is, and we are. God is love, and we are that. New Thought, this perennial philosophy states there is only one. There is only one. That is all there is. It is expressing itself as many. It is individualizing itself as all life everywhere. But this is the one life that we are having. This is the one life we are experiencing. This God life is the one life we all have. And we have fallen into the illusion of separation, and it sickens us. And the truth of oneness is the only answer. Ernest Holmes said this in Can We Talk to God? He said, spiritual healing is not willing or wishing or beseeching nor repeating a lot of formulas. It is the result of the dawning perception of spirit incarnated in the one needing help. When the illusion of opposites disappears from our mental perception and we come to realize we are whole, we are whole, we are made whole. And this is the work that we do right here and right now. This is the work of New Thought. This is the work of this perennial philosophy of ours. To know that we are one, to know that there is no other, to come in from the fringes, from the imbalance of the qualities of God that we're existing at, and to regain the center, to regain our balance, to regain the truth of our oneness with God and with each other. And when we know that, we are healed. And when we know that, we are whole. And when we know that, we recognize our oneness with all life. There is no other. There is no out there. There is only God. There is only this one life. It is spirit expressing itself, individualizing itself as all of us. No better, no worse, no right, no wrong, only spirit expressing itself. We must recognize this. We must come into balance. And we must know there is only one life. It is God. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is our life right here and right now. Thank you.
3, 4.
You got the right to be happy. You got the right to feel blue. You got the right to keep on striving. Or don't make a change if you don't want to. Oh, but if you're gonna ask for more, get ready to get. You see, some people say what they don't like, and then they live with what they don't like. And because they live with what they don't like, all they want to do is talk about what they don't like. Yeah, but if you're gonna ask for more, get ready to get. Oh, get ready, ready to say your word. Get ready, 'cause the universe is heard when you say it, feel it, and you know it's true. You know God can't help but to give it to you. Now what you say is what it is, and what it is, it's truly got to be. So if you think you wanna move a little higher, just say the word, the truth will set you free. Yeah, but if you're gonna ask for more, get ready to get. got to be. And if you think you want to move a little higher, say the word, the truth will set you free. Because if you're gonna ask for more, if you're gonna ask for more, well, if you're gonna ask for more, get ready to get. All right.
I love that. Thank you, Rachel. That was wonderful. I look forward to your next visit. Hopefully, it'll be in person. Wouldn't that be lovely? I just can't wait to fill this room up with people. How about you? Don't you feel that way? Gosh, I miss you all. I miss your energy. I miss your laughter. I miss the hospitality at the end and having food. I miss the cake. You miss the cake? I miss the cake too. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see you again, Rachel, in person in this room. It'll be fun. So now is the time for our conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back to spirit, to practice. This is our own personal spiritual practice called tithing. You can call it whatever you want. Some people don't like the T word, so whatever. Call it donating. Call it giving back to spirit from what you've already received. It's all about being grateful and being in the river of abundance and knowing that we are always supplied and supported by Spirit. So if you are giving today, thank you so much. It helps us do what we do. It's been an interesting year. We've really reached out to you, in sincerity and need and, just to keep us going because it's been an interesting year, because nobody's here. So you've gone out of your way to make sure you're tithing online or you're sending in those checks, and we are so blessed by your support. And you are so blessed by supporting this place, supporting each other, so that we are here and we continue to be here and we will be here when you get back. Absolutely true. So please take your gift in your hand if you are giving today, or bring it to mind if you will give online or you've put a check in the mail already. Just bring that into the forefront of your consciousness as we go within in prayer, knowing that God is all there is, that there is one life. And the quality of God known as abundance is absolutely the truth of us as well as the truth of Spirit. We know abundance. We see it all around us. We are constantly being reinforced with the truth of it. When we look at blades of grass or leaves on the tree or grains of sand at the beach, we know the lavish abundance of nature. We know that that is God expressing. And we know that that lavish abundance is us as well. All of those skin cells and all of those atoms and molecules within our body, billions and billions and billions, we know abundance as a truth of us. And so I know and accept that is the same for our finances. It is the same for our money. It is the same for our experience of friendship. It is the same for our experience of relationship in general. That there is an abundance. There is an abundance of life on this planet. There is an abundance of wealth. There is an abundance of love. There is an abundance of joy, and we ought to express it right here and now. So I give thanks for this good. I give thanks for the abundance. I give thanks for the donations, for the tithes, for the money that circulates so freely in and around and through and as us, knowing we could never outgive God. We know it is a blessing, and so it is. Amen.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully. Freely, God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know as I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As
Well, that was wonderful. I love having our celebration singers just carry us along on these celebration Sundays. It's such a miracle. What a segue. And speaking of miracles, I'm going to talk to you about Miracle Minute because Joan sent me a couple of miracles that she had in her life and she wanted to share with our community. She said she had some financial concerns that felt like they were weighing her down, and she took them to prayer. And she also felt like other things were weighing her down. You know how everything reflects out in the physical world. And so she looked around and she said, she had owned things that maybe were weighing her down as well. So she made donations. She gave away some art supplies. She sold some things. She gave some things to charity and lightened up the feeling first, right? Don't you love how everything comes from within out? And she said, it just really, really healed the financial concerns as well. So that in itself is a demonstration of answered prayer. It absolutely is. And she said her other demonstration of answered prayer was she has trouble sleeping. And she said, it's just been a trying thing, and she's experienced it for quite some time now. But and I should say, through prayer work, she said, just out of the blue, I love that. I love when things happen like that. Out of the blue, she is sleeping through the night now. She just feels wonderful and rested when she wakes. And Joan, I love you for sharing this. This is so wonderful. It gives everybody the motivation to keep on their spiritual practice. So thank you for sharing with us. And I just absolutely affirm your healing forever and ever. And whoever else has had an answered prayer, a demonstration of answered prayer, email me or text me. Let me know, and so I can share your demonstration of answered prayer as well. And now you know what time it is, right? Everybody knows what time it is. It is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. So I'm going to be quick through these messages today. First of all, our meet and greet. We're continuing that. Join us right after the celebration. We'd love to have you. We have practitioners available for prayer. There should be a link right there on Facebook, also in your emails, also on the website. So go check that out. Come and spend some time with us. We'd love to see you, especially those who haven't been on there. Come and check some time. Tomorrow, Monday through Friday, we have our Coffee, Connection, and Inspiration led by Reverend Lori Sheets. We start at 8:30. There's also a link on the website. Join us for that as well. Uplifts, we're continuing those Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock Pacific time, led mostly by Reverend Patti, but also we have practitioners who come in and are part of it, and we also do a meditation on Friday. Join us for that. This Thursday night, Joe Rathburn will be with us with his Folky Monkey. It's called the Buddy System. Got the 4 guys who are going to be playing for us this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. You can see it on our website, also on our Facebook page. We have a new class starting up, a couple classes starting up. But first one is Reverend Jean Phillips is going to be doing Revealing Wholeness. And she says it's a 7-week class, and it's brand new. It's a brand new course by CSL. And it's focused on health and wellness, health and wholeness using science of mind principles. Includes cutting-edge research in medicine and quantum physics, and learn how the mind, the body, spirit connection is the key to revealing wholeness in your daily life. So that class is going to be starting up on the 18th, which is a Monday evening, a week from tomorrow. It's going to be taught by Reverend Jean. It'll be done on Zoom. You can sign up online, check that out, and be a part of that with us. We also have another book study that's starting up that Alan Olson and Daryl Thompson are going to be doing. It's going to be a book that's called How to Be an Anti-Racist. Boy, that's an opportune time for this. So that's going to be starting up on January 28th on a Thursday evening. If you want to be a part of that, we'll have stuff and information on the web. Like I said, it's going to be on a Thursday evening. Next week, Patti Paris will be back, Reverend Patti Paris. Her talk title is Playing the Game of Life. And we have as our guest singers, the Sweethearts of Swing. That's going to be fun. That's Janet Hammer and her group of the old Andrew Sisters group that she did. So she'll be with us next week. Fun time. So we have a very, very special concert coming up in 2 weeks, and it's going to start on January 21st at 7 p.m. It's Ricky Byers. Ricky Byers. Did I say Ricky Byers is going to be in concert with us right here at Vision? So I want you to go to our website and sign up for it. There's links for it. So we have 2 different programs. First, you have the concert, which you can just buy the concert and watch it online at your home. Or we have a special treat where you can buy the concert. You get to do a Zoom meet and greet with Ricky. It's going to be starting at 6:15 that evening. And we're also giving you one of her books on her, it's a songbook that she's got. And we're going to be sending that to you in the mail. So check that out. It's all a fundraiser for Vision. So get in there and be a part of that. We'd love to have you. And we have a very special introduction to that concert by Ricky.
Hi, my name is Ricky Byers, and on January 21st, I will be coming through the Zoom in concert to you, the Vision Center for Spiritual Living. My friends, please show up for this concert. It's going to be so good. And those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Ricky, and I've written a lot of songs that you sing at your church, like I release and I let go. You know that one? Or use me, or I'm choosing heaven today. This is getting funny. Anyway, I got a lot of songs and I want to sing them for you. So get your tickets now, January 21st, 2021. Let's get it done together. God bless and keep you all, and stay in the joy. Peace.
Thank you, Ricky. I love that. So make sure you get your tickets. Go online and make sure that you share in this concert. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be so uplifting and joy-filled. So do that. And you know what we're going to do now? We're going to stand up and do our affirmations. I didn't do the affirmations last Sunday, and boy, did I hear it. I heard back from everyone. What did you do? You didn't do the affirmations. What, did you forget them? Where'd they go? Don't we do that anymore? We still do it. I forgot them last week. I won't ever do that again, I promise, because like I said, I heard it. So stand up, stand up, stand up. Get out of your seats. We are going to do our affirmations today. We are going to say them together. I know you've got them. I know you can see them on the big screen. I've got them right here on my little program, and we're going to say them together right now. You ready? I welcome new changes, new lessons, new adventures. Endless possibilities unfold before me. Today, I am excited about everything. Okay, come on, think about it. Now, which one do you feel like you really resonate with the most? You want to say again? Is it number 2? Is it number 2? Is it number 1? Come on, which one is it? Okay, number 1 it is. We're going to do number 1 again. I welcome new changes, new lessons, new adventures. And I love that. I absolutely welcome new adventures. So, let us go within right here, right now, knowing and accepting that God is all there is. There is one life. It is God's life. We are expressing it. It is experiencing life through us and as us. What a great adventure in itself. We know and accept that Spirit is expressing through us, that we have all of the qualities of God flowing through us, as us into the world. So we can absolutely be the agent for peace in the world. We can absolutely be the agent of wisdom in the world. We can stand in the truth of this and be peace and be love and be joy in the world and transform the world by our presence in it. We know and accept that we are God expressing right here, right now, in all of its glory, all of its joy, all of its love. And we just take that and just wrap ourselves up in it. Knowing it is truth, we simply let it be. And so it is. Amen. See you next time. Bye-bye.